Hello. Thank you for letting me be part of your event today, and I'd like to thank, in particular, Elena Semenova. I'd like to talk about Bakhtin and how you can use this to read 18th century painting in France. And this has to do with crisis. Our normal ways of thinking of crisis involve conceptualization that use time, of course. Sometimes we talk about the history, sometimes we talk about the contemporary period, but rarely is a crisis configured in terms of time and space working together in all their dynamics. And so this is why Mikhail Bakhtin's thinking is instrumental for thinking about crisis, and also very useful for talking about paintings that like to show crises. In the following pages, I wish to refer to the French painter Hubert Robert, who was the subject of a large exhibition in Paris last year, followed by another one in the National Gallery of Art in Washington. You should also know that Hubert Robert was one of Catherine the Great's favorite painters. And he's particularly well known for his paintings of ruins. What I'd like to show today is that Bakhtin's notion of threshold is very useful for understanding his paintings. Now, I start with two quick quotations from Bakhtin, and they come from his book on Dostoevsky. The first one comes from the second chapter. It's on page 61 in English. And he writes the following: "In fact, Dostoevsky always represents a person on the threshold of a final decision, at a moment of crisis, at an unfinalizable and unpredeterminable turning point of his soul." Now that's the first quote. And the second quote I'd just like to give you comes from the fifth chapter of the Dostoevsky book in English on page 171. It goes as follows: "The threshold, the foyer, the corridor, the landing, the stairway, its steps, doors opening onto the stairway, gates to front and backyards, and beyond these, the city, squares, streets, facades, taverns, dens, bridges, gutters. This is the space of the novel."